Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, good morning. This is Geebz here. A little later start than usual for a morning start. But I'm an old composer and I can sleep in when I want to. Yes, that's the glory about being old. Old man pass, I sleep in. That being said, I am peeling back the layers and dissecting another suggested track from a band I've never heard of. But to my surprise, I am familiar with the lead singer. This is the band Stone Sour. And the song is Stand By, Stand By. I got to go click on this thing. Through Glass. But as I just wanted to do real quick research, literally as I hit record and I went, ooh, let me take a look. We got Corey Taylor, who is attached to and is Slipknot, as well as other things. So I'm excited for this now, even more so, because I think he's an incredible performer. So I look forward to this. So I want to thank you guys for suggesting the tracks that you do. Thank you so much for your support. You guys know how you can support me already with the, the coffee and the merch. And if you want to check out what headsets I'm using, the links are down below. But also you can share the video. That's also super cool beans. And please go ahead and check out the front of my YouTube page, a little search bar. I've done hundreds of videos. You never know if I've already done another band of yours or maybe another song from a band that you like that I did. Go ahead and check that out and type that in. You never know. Oh, I'm still doing that Tyrannosaurus Rex thing with my left arm. Don't worry, it's gonna get fixed. I promise, it's gonna get fixed. Anyhow, thanks for hanging in there. Let's do this. Stone Sour, Through Glass. All right.
I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. 'Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How do you feel? That is the question. But I forget you don't expect an easy answer. When something like a soul becomes initialized and folded up like paper dolls and little notes, you can't expect a bit of hope. So while you're outside looking in, describing what you see, remember what you're staring at is me. 'Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How much is real?
Wow, I just, there's something to be said about the abilities of a singer to really translate soul in a performance. And I'm not a vocal coach, so I'm not going to be, trying to go in that direction, but I can't help but be pulled in by his performance, by these nuances in his voices that you could feel, the hurt or the pain or the intensity of the messaging without it being like full screaming metal, loud, punchy music and stuff. And for me, it's those little starting nuances of a word, like when you lean into a song. We actually do that when we talk. We don't know that because we're all singers, right? We're all melodic when we speak. Our language of our cultures is moving melody, right? That's what I just did. But a lot of times being able to translate that through in song with the kind of performance that he's giving me there is just, I love all those nuances in his voice. I also love how he comes straight in on the song right from the start. Beautiful, clean guitar playing, and then goes all the way through to, I think it's the hook, I'm not too sure. I guess we'll listen to it obviously when I listen further. And then repeats it again, and another guitar comes in and gives you that much wider stereo imaging, sonic stereo imaging, so you can hear the nice depth. All of a sudden it pulls into a nice stereo sound and stuff. But anyhow, let me move back a little bit and we'll plow forward here.
Sitting all alone inside your head. How much is real? So much to question. An epidemic of the mannequins, contaminating everything we thought came from the heart, but never did right from the start. Just listen to the noises. No more instead of voices. Before you tell yourself it's just a different scene, remember it's just different from what you've seen. I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that light you, yeah. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that light you, yeah. I'm looking at you through the glass.
Another thing here that was absolutely super cool for me is the fact that this growth in arrangements, you know, using they're in the same chords. So now it comes in, the acoustic guitars are now, their rhythmic patterns are a lot more flushed out, and they're already strumming. Now we're starting to hear at the beginning of when I just came back in, some of the other nuances from a clean electric guitar coming in, just holding out these long notes that they're just picking, you know, through the pattern there. Not anywhere near as, you know, eighths, let's just say eighth notes compared to 16th notes or something like that. Very nice quarter note type stuff. Notes are ringing out. Then as the drum comes in, that then expands. Now you start to get the layering of nice clean guitar sound on this side. Another one doubled here along with the acoustic guitar. And the bass is being very mellow in this. It's really kind of keeping this kind of soulful pulling line. It's not a lot of moving around and stuff. What's moving around a lot when the drums comes in is actually the kick drum. The kick drum is giving that a nice little lift, rhythmical lift kind of push into it. Kind of a vibe. While the bass is kind of following closely to the chord changes in unison. And then obviously that chord pattern keeps going, and then when it steps into the next level, they've pulled out, it sounds like, the acoustic guitars. Now it's just power crunch chords, but it's the same chord progression. And I love that kind of a build-up. I love that kind of production and construction and stuff, because there's a familiarity with those chord changes. But when you have, you know, an artist and a band that has this kind of capabilities of building on top of what you might say, well, it's just the same four chords. No. When it comes to the arrangement and composition, this is probably one of the most unsung parts of acknowledgement, if you would, you know, to songwriting capabilities. You know, it's what the other musicians come in with the arrangements of what they're doing. Anyhow, yada yada da da da. I'll go back and then I won't say anything else. I'll finish it up for the end.
Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah. And it's the stars that light you, yeah. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah.
tone in his voice is just so solid. I mean, in a perfect world, there aren't many I don't know, singers that I would say, God, I wish I had that tone in my voice if I was a singer. And the experience with him and his other bands and stuff is new to me, but he's got probably one of the most flexible voices that I've heard. Not flexible because you can hit X amount of octaves and stuff like that. It's his just ability to be able to communicate the soul and the power and the feeling through his performance. And it's not because of the quote-unquote instrument being extraordinary. What I mean by that is once again, operatically trained to hit all these notes and super high ranges. It's just the feel. That's so paramount, you know, in a great performance. I loved when they came back in and they brought it back down, that single guitar, which was the mono signal. So if you notice, everything kind of closed back up and got very small except for his voice. Another thing that was really cool is during the quieter section that I heard, like that one, which is just a guitar and him, he's void of any effect on his voice, it sounds like. But as soon as a lift comes into the next level of arrangement and stuff, there's a little bit of a delay. It's a mono delay that kind of comes down the center. And for me, because I can hear it, I also, when I'm doing my etch-a-sketch of things to talk about in my brain, I'm like, oh man, that engineering is great, because I love engineering. I think engineering is probably the second most favorite thing I love to do outside of actually composing. It's like when it's time to engineer and mix and stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm done with the composing. Ooh, I'm going to get into this and really, because that's really an important part of the dynamics that we get as a listener when anybody releases a project to us. You know, so I think, right? I don't know. You tell me. And anyhow, this was great. What a great way to open up the week. And I want to thank you guys for suggesting this. Actually came from a Patreon pick, so I want to thank you on Patreon. And once again, you know, leave suggestions here if you'd like for me to listen to any more of Stone Sour. And always, if you're still here, type in "I'm still here" if you want, or just send me some emojis. Nice ones. No poopy emoji. And like usual, thank you so much for your support, no matter how you do it. Even just coming here and watching the video is support. So I really appreciate it all. All right, guys, take care. Aloha.
All right.